Kentucky, a state where bizarre laws still exist, like allowing marriage with your sister or legally regulating the number of times you can have sex per month. And yes, you can find cities named London and Paris right here in this state. Kentucky, located in the southeastern United States, is known for its blend of untouched nature, deep-rooted traditions, unique Southern culture, and adventurous history. The state joined the United States in 1792 as the 15th state. Its area is about 104,000 square kilometers, and according to the latest data, its population is around 4.5 million. Geographically, Kentucky shares borders with 7 other states: Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee, Missouri, and Illinois. This has turned Kentucky into a cultural bridge between the South, Midwest, and eastern parts of the U.S. The name Kentucky comes from a Native American word, likely from Iroquois or Shawnee languages. Some sources suggest it means land of tomorrow, floodplain, or great meadow. Kentucky's nature is truly unique, ranging from endless caves to lush green mountains and horse-filled plains. But what really sets Kentucky apart is its culture, a mix of tradition, bluegrass music, local folklore, distinctive cuisine, and strange laws and customs, many of which are still practiced today. So now let's dive into 10 fascinating and unbelievable facts about this strange American state. The Colonel and his fried chicken. When someone says Kentucky, chances are the first thing that comes to mind is a bucket of fried chicken with a picture of a kind-looking old man in a white suit. But behind that chicken bucket is a real story full of ups and downs. The founder of KFC was a man named Harlan Sanders, not a professional chef, but the owner of a gas station in the 1930s in a town called Corbin, Kentucky. There, he opened a small diner next to the gas station and began serving meals to tired travelers. What set Sanders apart was a special recipe for frying chicken, a blend of 11 secret herbs and spices that remains a mystery to this day. His chicken became so popular that he was officially given the honorary title of Colonel Sanders by the state. By the 1950s and 60s, as KFC expanded, his image became one of the most iconic food brands in the world. Happy Birthday to You was born in Kentucky. The song Happy Birthday to You, sung all around the world for birthdays, actually originated in Kentucky. 2 sisters named Patty Hill and Mildred Hill from Louisville, Kentucky, composed a song called Good Morning to All in the late 19th century, originally intended for preschool children. Later, the melody was matched with the new lyrics of Happy Birthday to You, and over time it gained global popularity. But here's the weird part. For years, the song was under copyright, and anyone who wanted to use it in a movie or TV show had to pay for it. Kentucky almost became its own country. Before becoming a state, Kentucky was nearly an independent country. In the 18th century, it was part of Virginia, but due to its distance from the central government, locals felt neglected by Virginia authorities. Some groups of settlers decided to become independent and even planned to create a new nation called the Republic of Kentucky. Multiple conventions and meetings were held, and there was even talk of aligning with Spain. Eventually, after much negotiation, Kentucky joined the United States in 1792 with Virginia's approval and the federal government's recognition. The world capital of bourbon. Without a doubt, Kentucky is the bourbon capital of the world. If you're not familiar with bourbon, it's a type of whiskey unique to the U.S. and by law must be made with at least 51% corn. But in Kentucky, bourbon is more than just a drink. It's a cultural identity. Over 95% of the world's bourbon is produced in this state. Famous brands like Jim Beam, Maker's Mark, and Woodford Reserve aren't just distilleries, they're also museums and tour attractions that bring in millions of tourists every year. There's even a tourist route called the Bourbon Trail where people travel by bus or car to visit the distilleries, sample various bourbons, and learn about the production process. Bourbon culture has left its mark on everyday life, cooking, music, and even politics in Kentucky. Mammoth Cave, a world beneath the world. Mammoth Cave isn't just the world's longest cave system, it's an entirely different world. It has over 650 kilometers of explored passages, though many believe that's only half of what exists. Underground rivers flow through it, and it's home to insects and bats that exist nowhere else on Earth. During the era of slavery, enslaved people were used to guide tourists through the cave. Some of them, like Stephen Bishop, are remembered in history for mapping out the cave. Today, Mammoth Cave is a national park and one of America's most astonishing tourist destinations. Stories of ghosts, scientific wonders, and pitch-dark adventures have turned the cave into a mystical, otherworldly sight. Lexington, the horse capital of the world. Lexington, Kentucky is known as the horse capital of the world. In this state, horses are almost sacred. There are farms where the horses are worth millions and are sold purely for breeding purposes. The Kentucky Derby, held every year on the first Saturday in May, is one of the biggest sporting events in America. It's more like a grand festival. People wear formal outfits, women don extravagant, colorful hats, and bourbon flows freely. Winning the Derby brings fame and fortune to the horse's owner. Without horses, Kentucky simply wouldn't be Kentucky. Coal, black gold, and hard lives. For years, Kentucky was one of the biggest coal producers in the U.S. Coal was called black gold here because it brought in millions of dollars. But economic prosperity came with hardship. There are countless stories of mine explosions, intense labor strikes, and even real battles between workers and the police. Today, many former mining towns have become half-abandoned or ghost towns. Yet the culture of resilience and tough living still lives on in the people of these regions. A tiny town is the state capital. Because of the fame of cities like Louisville and Lexington, many assume that one of these is the capital of Kentucky. But actually, the capital is a small town called Frankfort. It's not particularly populous or internationally known. Still, it serves as the legislative center of the state and is home to the governor and state assembly. Interestingly, many Kentuckians themselves mistakenly believe their capital is elsewhere, cities named after other states and countries. You might not believe it, but Kentucky has towns named after other U.S. states, and not just one or two. So when someone says they're from Atlanta, your mind might jump to Georgia, but there's also an Atlanta in Kentucky. There's a city named Paris, not the one in France, but smack in the middle of Kentucky. And there's a London, too, not the one with Big Ben, but a small mountain town in eastern Kentucky. It doesn't stop there. Kentucky also has towns named Florida, Ohio, Vermont, and even Brooklyn. This name-sharing has caused issues, too, like people booking tickets or sending mail to the wrong place. Many of these towns were named by migrants who came from other states or countries and wanted to bring a piece of home with them. Strange and outdated laws still on the books. Now, if you want to dig into something even weirder, look no further than the old laws in Kentucky that are technically still in effect. These laws seem like they're from the 19th century, but they're still officially written down. For example, people used to lure horses by putting ice cream in their back pockets. The result? A law was passed making it illegal to put ice cream in your back pocket. And yes, that law still exists, even if no one takes it seriously. Another example, if a woman enters a church wearing a red hat, she's breaking the law. It's unclear what the logic was, maybe a mix of color and religious setting, but the law stands. In some cities, throwing pickles on the sidewalk is a punishable offense, and in one place, placing a dead bird on your shoulder could get you arrested by police. These laws are not only bizarre but also kind of funny, evidence of a time when societies tried to control every little thing through law, even things that now seem downright silly. Now that we've shared so much about Kentucky, what do you think of this unique state and its fascinating facts? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for supporting us by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. And don't forget to click on this next video and keep exploring more amazing content from our channel.